Okay, here's the long-awaited video of me walking the trail. It is about 2.5 miles one way, 2.5 miles back. Right now on my Fitbit, I have about 696 steps. So we'll see what it is when it ends. I'll put it in the comment section because I won't be able to view it until I close. But I'm starting about 696 steps. I think that's what it is. I'm at they call the head of the trail. One good thing about this trail is I can bottle on here while I get ready. So I hydrate up usually. I'll hydrate before I leave the house. I'll stop on the trail and drink water at the drinking fountains. But since it has been so hot lately, I will drink some water along the way. Probably. It's only before 7 in the morning. I think it is. If I can see. 1 second. Yeah, it's about 6:56 a.m. Pretty early, and we're getting ready to start. So we're at the foot of the trail, and let's get going. I have the thing turned off for so it's not going to ring. My phone won't ring, and I shouldn't have any sound coming in, any notifications. So I'm going to go and turn the camera around and show you the trail. I am in the city of Monrovia, California. This is right on the border here. On this side right here, Monrovia, and here Duarte. So it's right on the center. But here we are at the trail. I'll show you what it's called. Here's the signs here, but don't smoke. I don't know the hours anymore. Here is the name of the trail. I'm going one-handed today, so this is the name of the trail. I'm at the head of the trail, trailhead, I guess what they call it. Yeah, let's get started. So it should be about 5 miles. And of course we have the sister crossing sign. I'm not going to walk at that brisk of a pace because it is pretty far. Here is Santa Teresita. For those of you that know where this is, it used to be a hospital here, Santa Teresa Hospital. It is a retirement center for the nuns. I believe it was that when it was a hospital. I don't know if there's an urgent care in here anymore. There used to be. This is just about a block from my house. My car is now parked here because they're doing construction. And as I said before, you can see some of the really big, beautiful trees. Luckily, they didn't cut them all down like they did where I live. See how tall that thing is. It keeps going and going. So here we go. We're going to walk the trail. Starting, we may see some wildlife. I don't know. We may stop for a hydration. Maybe I'll stop at the bridge and take a drink. I don't know. But here we go. I have my... you can see the clouds and the sun is coming up now. See how beautiful that is? Really pretty. So if you ever get out early, it kind of smells different out here. It smells really clean. We haven't polluted it up yet, I guess. But like after a rain, everything gets really nice and clean. So people will probably pass me because I'm not walking that fast. We have a couple of ladies here in front of me. Some people will walk the trail from one end to the other, then they'll leave. They'll park. A lot of people park at the school. Not the school, I'm sorry, at the recreational center. But here we go. We'll say good morning to people, etc. But you can see a lot of trees on both sides. And there's some people stopping for water. But we will not. We just started. But some people will walk the other way. I'm walking now east to west. And let's just see how long it is. Usually by the time I get home, it's over 5 miles. So each mile, I guess, about 2,200, 2,300 steps on that. Wow, it's really crowded today. During COVID, this trail started picking up a lot of people because people couldn't go to the gym. But it's really good for your workout. See the trees? A lot of trees. Everything. Good morning. And let's burn down a little bit here. So you can see like that. There you go. There's people walking on the trail. And I'll go back up and we'll film the trees, etc. That's more interesting. We may see some wildlife out here. Let's see, what have I seen out here? I've seen bobcats, coyotes. There's been bear out here. Let's see if we can get around these ladies or let them walk ahead of us. Kind of boring just to see two ladies walking in front of us continuously. Palm trees. Lots of palm trees. And here we go. Now we're approaching Bradbury, which is, I believe, was owned by Ray Bradbury, the writer. And see if I can straighten that up a little bit. Back to the trail. And nothing too interesting yet. Just a nice walk, a lot of trees. I don't know the temperature right now. I think it's supposed to get to around 90. They won't be in the hundreds. So that's good. And we're past right now. Here we go, past these lights. So here we go. Hi. Good morning. And we keep going. Hello. So here we go. Some people don't like to get filmed because they're a little bit heavy, which is understandable. I don't know. I never really had that problem. I was heavy, but I didn't care about being filmed. Didn't necessarily like being heavy, but I was okay with being filmed. And I think we'll be filming our first sign of nature. I don't know if it's nature, if it's domesticated, but let's see here. You see the trees. And back to the tree. I can't really see right now because I got the sun right in my eyes. Should have walked the other way, I guess. But you can smell horse poop. And I don't see it yet. Hey, everybody's walking the other direction, it seems. I got two people behind me, I think, so far, and everybody else is walking the other direction. I guess we didn't coordinate our walk. But here you can see the street is up here, another street here. This is Royal Oaks. Right there. And this is the trail. I smell the horse poop. I didn't film it. But here is just the trail. Lots of trees. And here we go. There's some people jogging. They jogged past my house earlier. And away we go. So I don't know really what we'll see. Sky again, once again. We got a lot of clouds. They said it may rain. They said it might rain Monday and Tuesday. Today is now Wednesday. It didn't rain Monday and Tuesday, but we'll see if it rains today. So a lot of jostling because usually I have two hands for walking today. I always have two hands, but I usually have two available hands for walking. Let me turn this around. So here we go. Still walking the trail, of course. I'm gonna go over here on the shady side if I can. Walking the wrong side. Well, no, I guess I'll stay where I was. But now the ladies are behind me. I lapped them. I didn't really lap them. But here we go on the trail. Back to that way. So this will be far. I mean long. Yeah, I can not see anything at all because I got the sun right in my eyes. Had I known, if I ever do another one of these kind of videos, I'll go east to west. Right now I'm going west to east. I hope I said that right earlier. I wonder if I walk in, will this be off? I think I'm gonna walk on here. There we go, that's much better. I don't know if this is pretty to walk here, but here we go. Now I'm walking on the dirt part. If the sun's less of an issue on the other side, I'll go over there. More trees on this side. There's trees everywhere out here. Real pretty. Okay, let's see what animals I've seen out here. I've seen a bobcat. We've seen coyotes, lots of hawks, bunnies, squirrels. Haven't seen a bear, but there are bear out here. I don't know about mountain lions. There may have been mountain lions. Monrovia is famous for bears. Monrovia, California, if you look it up. One was at LA Zoo. They moved, but I think he died. I can't remember his name now. It wasn't like Max. I think it was. I don't know. Something like that. But anyway, here's the trees. There's a doggy going that way. First dog that we've seen right there. And back to this part of the trail. As you see here, there comes the sun again. So all these people that were walking one way, walking east to west, will have to turn around if the car's down that way and walk back. So I guess you never know what time The sun's gonna be good. Here's some pretty flowers. Right, they grow a lot of these out here. I don't know if they're natural or just someone plant them. A lot of people do come out and plant. Here's the first horse poop. There are horse ranches back here. Some of them very, very rich horse ranches. Rich people that own them, I guess. One of them, they have a ranch where they do sell the horses. And when I was doing the census, this is part of my area, because when you go out and you go out to the different areas, you will find they put you in your own area. Now, do I live in those big multi-million-dollar homes? No, I do not. But I do go there and count people. That part was called the address. I think it's called address cam, ad cam, and we go out and we look at addresses, not actually counting people. So we would go out and count houses. We'd see if the house is still like a single family home, or has it been, maybe it's been adapted in the last 10 years to apartment buildings. We had some where I'd have a whole street of addresses, individual addresses, but then it ended up being just 2 addresses because there was one house left and one big apartment building. Is it progress? I don't know, but that's what happened in 10 years. So up here in the horse ranches, Bradbury, California, Doherty and Monrovia, in this area, there's the first bicyclist coming up right here. There he goes. But hey, everybody says hi whether you're filming or not. It's pretty nice. Some people kind of shy away from being filmed, but like I said, I was going to someone's house. A lot of people threatened to call the cops on you because they said you're stealing, or you're a thief, or you're a dirtbag, or whatever. Yeah, so I wasn't stealing, I wasn't a thief, but maybe I was a dirtbag, I don't know. But anyway, so they would get mad and not want us to be up there. They call the cops. Cops would tell them that it's federal law, we're allowed to be there, and all that. But some of the people had horses at one of the horse ranches, and we were talking to them on more horse poop. I was talking to them, and their least expensive, I guess they maybe call it cheapest horse, was a older Arabian that they were selling. I don't know if he was a stallion or maybe he was cut, I don't know, but he was $750,000. Yeah, $750,000. But and I can't remember if it's the most expensive horses, but I know they don't want to let me know, so I don't come rustle their horses or whatever. But they did have one that someone was putting into a very, very nice trailer, air conditioned, and everything was padded. It was some old stock trailer, but it was $8.5 million, maybe almost $9 million. I don't know, between $8 and $9 million. So pretty expensive horses. And so, hey, there's a lady who had a brace on her arm here because our second bike. And so we're underneath the bridge. Here is the bridge. This used to be a nice stopping spot because they have the bench here. And we used to stop right here. Can't really stop here too much anymore because the homeless, unfortunately, have converted this into an outside restroom area where they do not flush. There's nothing to flush. But they climb back here. Here's the steps. I used to walk these steps because for my diabetes, it's really good to walk steps to get good blood flow in your legs and all that. Try to avoid neuropathy. Hi, how are you? But they now go number 1 and number 2 in there. The way you know it's a human usually is toilet paper or the newspaper or whatever they use for wiping. So it smells really bad back there, and you don't want to step on something like that. It's bad enough to step in dog poop. When you step on homeless person poop, it's even worse. Are these sunflowers? See, there's a lot of stuff to see out here. It looks like these weren't here last time I was here, or they were babies. I didn't see them, but it looks like those sunflowers. There's a lot of sunflowers right here. Those are just bees on there. They may not be sunflowers. I don't know. But this whole hill is not Blueberry Hill. Maybe it's Sunflower Hill. If you watch the videos I did about the treasure hunt, out here is where I hid that treasure chest, that little treasure thing the person won. Inside the treasure thing, it just was a note saying that they won the treasure. Still a lot of sunflowers. That they won the treasure, and then they pick up the. They called us, and we delivered it to them. But here are the flowers. A little close up. Yeah, I guess those are sunflowers, huh? Wow. So if they get fully grown to where they get a big head on them, we all come and get some sunflowers. I think so. You have to take the whole head off of there usually, or it kills it if you try to pull some of them off. I'd have to read up on that. But look at this whole hill. This is not the same hill I just filmed. I mean, it is the same hill I just filmed, but not the same area. More sunflowers all throughout here. I guess they are sunflowers. And here we go again, walking the trail. We're not even halfway there yet. So maybe we'll stop and have some water up here. Here's another pretty tree. I don't know what it is. Not sure. Hey, they got these little things like this. This walk will take me a little bit longer if I keep stopping, but that's fine. I'm not in any hurry. I have to put in for an acting role this afternoon that I think I have. Then on the 9th, I just booked an acting role. Today's the 2nd, so it's next Thursday, a week from tomorrow. Is that right? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think it's the 9th. Maybe it's Wednesday. I don't know. But today is Wednesday. I'm going to tighten up my selfie stick here for a second. Like I said, I'm very, very low tech. So, yeah, what's going on here? Okay, try and tighten up a little bit here. Righty, is it righty tighty, lefty loosey? I know that it is. It is righty tighty, lefty loosey. That little rhyme has come in handy for many of us many times. Yeah, let's tighten this up. There we go. It was the bottom. Oh, guys, tighten the wrong section. This is such a high-tech device. And the ladies caught up with me. They wouldn't have caught up with me if I didn't make the stops, huh? I made the selfie stop. Another one. It's not a race, huh? It's steady and true wins the race or whatever it is. But yeah, so I'm still on the dirt portion. There's the asphalt portion. It has a line. Some of the vehicles that I've seen out here, if you call them vehicles, or devices for riding, skates, scooters, bikes. You're not supposed to burn any electrical bikes or gas-operated bikes or electrical scooters, any of that kind of stuff. Do they do it? Yeah. A lot of the rules went out the window for during COVID. I think these have posted hours in which you could come to the trail, but I think during COVID people just came out. And it's kind of weird because you see this trail right here with a stripe on it. You think that if I was walking on one side of that stripe and someone else on the other side of the stripe, that'd be far enough. But I would be walking, like, let's say on the far side where you see right there, I'd be walking there and someone would run way over here on the edge, 25 feet away to make sure they didn't get COVID from me. Now, I don't know what you believe about COVID or what you don't believe about COVID, but I believe that if it was really as bad as they said, and I know it's really bad, if a lot of people did pass away, but I think maybe it wasn't quite as what's it called, transmittable, whatever it is, where our first stop sign, where it could be transmitted from person to person. Here we got construction. Oh, deer too, lots of deer. I forgot, this is a big field. Remind me, this big field is usually full of deer. I don't know about right now because it's summer and they're working, but it will get totally full of deer. You'll see them walking around and find a place to sleep. Some of them all run, so I'm thinking it could be predators. There are coyotes. They said there's mountain lions. I've never seen a mountain lion, thank goodness. I do not bring a gun with me. Here I could pack a little hiking pistol, but really If I brought one, it'd probably be for the two-legged predators, not the four-legged. Here's some more flowers. I don't know what those are. I'm back on the regular trail portion now because I did that construction. It's all closed off here. I was working in the wash. The wash is right down here. I don't think it has any water. Let's take a look. During all that rain we had, this was flowing like a big river. There is some water left. Oftentimes this will be completely dry. So there's water here today. You can hear sounds like a dove out there, but this is a field that was full of deer. I don't know what used to be here. They say this land's very, very, very expensive. I think this used to be an area where people would ride. You can see the fence, the wall over there. You'll see a wall, and this used to all be some kind of a structure. They say that, I guess this is Ray Bradbury owned this whole area. It's called Bradbury, California. And I don't know if it's a city or if it's an unincorporated area of LA County. It's gated. And they have lots of $1 million homes up there. Some of them we may be able to see. Well, there's one up there where you see the palm trees. There's another one. But you'll see a lot of very, very nice, very, very expensive houses. There's more of those little flowers. No deer out there today, it doesn't look like. But these are the trees they would sleep under. They'd all be sleeping out under here, under these trees out here. So I don't see anything right now. But usually you can see them as more of a surprise. Like, hey, there's deer. You know, hey, do you guys see the deer? Oh, the deer where? Oh, wow, there's a lot of deer. So it's kind of cool. Kind of a nice surprise. Sky's real blue right here, as you can see. Beautiful blue sky. And then back to walking. Here's a bird over there, but I don't see any deer today. Sky here, a little bit of clouds there, completely blue. And let's keep going. I have no idea how far we've gone so far. I think the bridge from my house to the bridge is about 3/4 mile. I didn't walk from my house because I had to move my car. Here's a nice little house you'll see here. Keeps going and going and going. That's my phone is in landscape. You can see how big this house is right here. And we did look this up. It is a single family home. 3 people were residing in this house. Here's more sunflowers. Here's where this house is so big. They probably don't know there's water in here. We may see some ducks, but there's water in here, and there's sunflowers right there, but they have no idea. Totally closed in. I don't know if the fence is electrified, but a lot of observation cameras and lighting out here. So I've never knocked on the door to ask them, can Johnny come out to play? It'd be kind of weird if you were a kid. Some of these big, huge houses with the grounds are bigger than a city park. So here we go, some more walking. It's kind of desolate right here for trees in this area. There's certain areas like this. I think this is more for where the horses would ride. In this portion of the trail right here, there's like no tree line or anything like that. So now it looks like I can go back onto the there's some fruit. Are those big oranges full of water? A lot of times the ones that look like a pear, they say are just really oranges, kumquats. If you eat kumquats, do you eat them with the peel or without the peel? They say you should eat them, wash them on the outside and eat them peel and all. And if you can see the little, I can see it from across here. I don't know how it's filmed right there, but you can see there's another big house back there. But yeah, there's a better shot of the kumquat tree. Lots and lots and lots of kumquats on that tree. Everybody's gonna have a good yield this year. My grapefruit tree's going crazy. If anyone wants grapefruits, let me know. I'll put them out for you. I'm in Monrovia, California, but if you do want some free grapefruits, let me know. I have an abundance. I have a fig tree too. I never really know when to pick the figs. I'm not a big fig eater. Fig Newtons are yummy, but I never really know the perfect time to pick them. There's great. I see. There's a lemon tree right there. So we have a lemon tree, a kumquat tree. It looks like an orange tree, all back there. Now avocados. There's another horse poop. Avocados. We had an avocado tree, but it died. There's an avocado tree that did survive them cutting everything up, cutting down all my trees at my condominium. But I don't know if it'll yield avocados this year, or was it so cut up will it not? I don't know. We'll have to see. But here's the hill. See, you kind of can see why Ray Bradbury would like to live up there. I don't know the Fahrenheit today, but I know the Fahrenheit got pretty high the other day. It was like 100 and something. Another big tree. We do get owls out here and woodpeckers. I filmed one. I took still shots of a woodpecker pecking away. And it was pretty cool. This is where we found the pigeon that had been attacked by a hawk. And we did bring the pigeon home. More fruit. Those look like grapefruits, or there's lemons. And grapefruits is another huge house. And you see up on the hill, some of these really big houses too. So I don't know how much those are worth, but it's a lot. Hi, good morning. So I never bring music down here. I like to walk and kind of enjoy the quiet. Another little overpass type bridge. And here we go. Now, when it comes to the homeless people here, or the unhoused, or whatever we're supposed to say nowadays, in the old days they'd say it's a bum, it's a hobo, it's a tramp, whatever. Now, the homeless was acceptable. Now I think it's supposed to say the person is an unhoused individual. A lot of new words, new genders have popped up, new descriptions. You have to call a person a man or a woman if you see them, because you're assuming that it's a man or a woman. It could be a woman that looks like a man, or a man that looks like a woman. Here's a nice looking lab. Hi, puppy. There's a lab right there. Okay, I think we can get back into it. Yeah, a lady said that something's scary up there. I don't know. People always get scared about everything on the trail because they're not used to being out in nature at all. This is right above my house. Here's a very flowery tree. Let's see what this is. I'm not sure. It looks like this. Does anybody know what this is? They're pretty. A lot of these trees are very pretty, but like oleander is pretty, but it's deadly. So don't eat the flowers, right? Do not eat the daisies. And I remember that old TV show and book. There's a hummingbird on that wire right there. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, so let's get back to walking. I haven't stopped yet, really. I just kind of just pull over and film something. We'll come up here, not yet, but we'll pass an elementary school, really nice looking school. I think they're out for the summer. School's out for summer, according to Alice Cooper. Which is kind of funny because that's like the silliest woman's name, and he's supposed to be, he took that name to be silly, I guess, and to kind of sound like a scary name, Alice Cooper. But here we go. There's some birds over there. And let's keep going. Hey, how you doing? And birds up there on the wire. And this side is pretty desolate where I was walking earlier. Not much to see on here, but the sun is getting back in my eyes, so I'm going to go over here and see if these trees here will give me a little shade from the sun in my eyes. It's not hot, and I'm wearing a hat, so I'm not really worried about sun at this point. But you always should be concerned about the sun. And here is one of the things you see in nature quite often. Let's see if I can stop and get a good shot of it before it goes away. There it is. Some kind of globe. It's a soccer ball. It looks like someone painted their own soccer ball there. It looks like it was a white ball and they drew soccer stuff on it. But anyway, you do find things in here. Now this soccer ball here, if you look at this area, like, well, where did it come from? Probably not from there. There's a school, I'm gonna park way down here. But most of that kind of stuff is came down with all that rain, and when the wash was completely full. I don't know if the kids really play soccer here because there's no really reason to be playing soccer here. Well, that's why I kicked it over the fence in one of these huge houses, but I don't know if they would have done that. Okay, I'm in the shade right now. I'm gonna stop and have a little drink. I'm beginning to sweat. Maybe not beginning. Let's see here. So here's the blue bottle that I take with it. This bottle's heavy. This bottle's heavy, but it does keep the water really cold. So I put this in the refrigerator last night, and this morning it was nice and cold. It's still cold. It'll stay cold for like pretty much all day. And go ahead and turn it back around in case we see anything. So far we haven't seen too much cool. I think I hear a dog. Yeah, there's that. Looks like a little husky. It could be a baby or one of those ones they breed real small, which is probably not a good idea. I don't know. We seem to mess with animals a lot. You know, husky's too big, so let's breed it down. I don't know. This flowers I just passed. That's not to film them, but when we lived up in Altadena, there was lots of those flowers. Kind of look like maybe a daisy, a white flower with a yellow middle, which I can't remember its name. I know the official name is not petals in middle, but white petals and a yellow middle. So on the way back, it'd probably be less sun coming up like this. But at that point, you've pretty much seen everything there is to see, unless we see some kind of a wildlife. I think the camera is kind of bopping around here. Let me see if I can control getting really tight here. There we go. I think that's better. That's about the best I'll get it. So anyway, we got 31 minutes in, so this video is going to probably be over an hour long. I won't have the preparation showing the beginning of the trail and all that at the end, but we did start, I think it was like 696 steps or something like that. My daily goal is always to get over 10,000. Doing this at the beginning of the day and before really just woke up, hydrated, took a couple of pills and left. So I will definitely hit that goal. I might hit it before I get back to my house, because I have to walk from where I'm stopping the walk. I'll turn off, this is the wash. I'll turn off the video when I get there. Here we're coming up here. And we are, I think, almost to the elementary school. We go to the elementary school, and then we go to the recreation center, which is like where I turn around. Now this trail may go further. It starts and it stops. So there's a school. Hey, how are you? There's a guy walking and picking up trash, which is nice. Now got a little hill to climb. Whoa, it's not that bad. And then here's pine trees. The trees out here are a lot of pine trees. Some of these really big bushy trees, I don't know what they are. They may be oaks, like we lost at my place. Here's some horse property here. You can see in the back the different places where they put the horses for exercise. I used to know a lot more about horses and the names of everything. I used to work as a ground crew person. This is Mount Olive. You see here Royal Oaks and Mount Olive, if I can get it. There it is, Mount Olive. Okay, there goes that little doggy. Here is the city of Bradbury. As you see on here, this is the only little area where it is not like closed off. Within the, they have a city hall up there because I did an event trying to hire people. You can see the horse properties back here. There's a big house up on the hill. Over here, see those huge houses up on the hill. But I would go to Bradbury. They sent me to Bradbury to see if I can recruit some people to work for the census. And I guess $24 and $26. I think our highest paying job was $32. That's the one job I had was $32 an hour. At the end, I think it's what it came to. We got 2 or 3 raises during that time. I believe that was right at COVID 2020 is when the census was supposed to kick off, and 2019 is when we started working, going to the different houses and making sure it's still a house or an apartment or multi-unit or somebody living in a RV on the property. Here's some big radio towers up here and electrical. up in the hills. That's sadly where the individual from South Pasadena was hiking and unfortunately passed away. It was up in these hills. I've hiked up there, not during the heat and not during the snow. So there's a huge tree right here. I'll go from the base all the way up, as you can see, and there's the top. Looks like maybe 150, 200 feet high. But you can see some really nice modern houses up there and some others. I've hiked up there. We also have Chantry Flats out there. They have a mule team that would bring food and supplies to people that live in the cabins. There's a lot of ruins from the old cabins, and some of them they don't even know about. Like someone just built a cabin up there, and most of the time those are unoccupied. I don't know if they're occupied now, but back to the census. Here's some cool dogs. See, a big brown dog and a little dog. But yeah, a lot of people walk the trail holding like Starbucks, kind of a weird drink. I mean, it's refreshing, I'm sure, cold Starbucks. But I had no luck hiring anybody to work in any of the census jobs. Even if it was a full-time permanent census job, maybe at $75,000, $100,000 a year, when they make more than that in a month, why would they even do that? One of the ladies I was talking to, her and her husband live off of the proceeds of their oil investments, and I can't remember how much she said she made. I did not think she was lying. I'm pretty sure she's telling the truth. And they don't have to do anything. Yes, it just makes money. There's a company that manages the oil rigs. I remember when I was in Texas, they had the cattle barons. I think you had to do $1 million in cattle. I'm gonna stop right here. $1 million in cattle a year, at least. And I think oil barons are probably the same. But here we are now. We are in Doherty, so we went Monrovia. Here's Doherty Rotary Club donated this bench, and you can see here we have this for dogs. It's on the ground. Some of these work during COVID. Of course, they turned these all off. Here's the one for people, and here's one to fill your bottle. I don't know if it works. I don't know how to make it work. Funny. I don't even see a. Oh, there maybe this one here. No, I don't know. But anyway, the whole fountain does not work, which is not surprising. This is also donated by the Rotary Club, Doherty Rotary Club. They're having a summer concert. If you guys in town, did it already expire? I was there on Mondays. So here we go. Here's another big tree, and we've made it now to the school. So we're almost into the trail, and we'll be turning around. Let's go past. So most people are pretty friendly out here, and most of the time when we encounter an unhoused individual, I was talking about that earlier, I just tell them, hey, how's it going, when I walk by, and they ask me for money. I said, I don't bring money on a hike. This is a really pretty school. See, here is this. We used to have to play on the concrete, but look at all this green grass they have. This thing is huge. This is just a field before we even get to the first building, which is here. I think that's a sports building, they said. There's a basketball court back there, playground. There's some picnic tables, and I think they open this area sometimes for people to come back and just enjoy the green grass. This is not the education. I mean the recreation area. This is they have a little bridge that goes across here. When you come by after school time, then people always throw those things. You can find a lot of these. There it is. This little one serve wine, one serve cocktails. You always see those thrown out here. But you can see a lot of basketball courts too. They got like basketball courts all over here. And this is a STEAM academy. And I think it's public. And as you can see, it is still green grass all over here. Volleyball courts here, basketball courts. And it sounds like a resort. I don't know if they have a swimming pool. And it is now 7:33 and it's 71 degrees. 7:33 a.m. according to their sign, which is here. Let's see if it can pops back up. But this is where we are now, STEM Academy. And I'm not sure if it'll show the temperature again. They're having the first day of school is August the 10th. I think we all started in September. And we got bikes coming in. Hey. And we got bikes. Last guy looks like Steven Spielberg. But here we go. This is the end of the school now. We've now made it. We're walking past the end portion of the school. Haven't really seen much wildlife today. Maybe you have to come by at times when there's not this many people walking. Usually when I walk this, I think right now it's really, really crowded because of the fact it's going to get really hot. So when I was walking in the summer before, I'd always go out like sometimes 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get out that early today. I got out here about 6:40, but 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then I'd walk at dark, 8 o'clock or so. Beautiful trees, as you can see. If you ever do get out here, Royal Oaks Trail. Well, I put the name of the trail. I can't remember their names. It used to just be called the trail, or we always call it the trail. Come on out and take a look. Seriously, if you want some grapefruits, let me know, because I have a lot of grapefruits. Everybody around here has fruit. A lot of times if you drive by, there'll be a box out front. The ones I always look for is my friend loves avocados. You've seen her before, Emily Adams on there. She loves avocados, and I love, and she does too, pomegranates. And some people do have pomegranates. I found a good pomegranate tree. I filmed it a little while ago. Here's the mountains and the hill, the hills and the mountains. You can see how pretty that is. Here's a couple more dogs. One's making a poo-poo. Will she clean up after that dog? Let's see. Dog makes poo-poo. 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 Dog makes shake. Dog makes shake. So we know he did make poo-poo. Poo-poo, poo-poo, poo-poo. And now there's more dogs. German Shepherd. There's a golden retriever. And it looks like she's dead. She's gonna pick it up. So 1 out of 100. Everybody always kind of talks about other people they pass on the trail. You heard her. You know that guy you passed? You always hear people. That's one of the biggest conversations on this trail is who they pass, whatever. Hopefully you're all still with me. I doubt anyone to watch this whole thing. But if you want to watch parts of it, there's a little puppy. Hey, how are you? Do you see that little guy? Okay, that dog is actually bigger than Sweetee Pee, and not as wide as Chloe, but probably not as tall as Chloe. Chloe's kind of a little bit heavy. So, hi. And here we go. We're at the end of the trail now. Not yet, but you can see it up there. Like if you're just getting out there trying to learn to exercise or exercise again after a long period of time, you look for those kind of milestones. I made it to the end of the trail. Now the problem with this is if you make it to the trail and your car's way back there, you got to rest up for a second and go back because your car. This has been so far 43-minute video. This is the longest video I've ever shot. And see the trees, the clouds, and here's a big tree like this. I'm not sure what this is. This is a magnolia, I think. Is this a magnolia? Who knows? Can you guys identify some of these trees? I think that's a magnolia. I can't tell. Magnolias always have those seed pods that you can, when you find them on the ground, you can pop the top of them and throw them like a grenade when you were a kid playing war. I don't know if you're allowed to play war anymore. I doubt it. But we are now walking up to a lady in pink, and she has a German Shepherd. I'm better with identifying the dogs than I am the types of trees. A lot of these places right here, I can't really film over their thing, but you'll see that they have horse property. Some of these are smaller ones. They might have one horse. I think you have to have, is it a quarter acre in order to own a horse in California? I'm not sure. So they have enough room to move around. I think that's the rule. Maybe there's something like if you don't have at least a quarter acre, but you're on a trail, maybe you're allowed to have a horse. I don't know. Is this Bougainvillea, what it's called? See, I don't really know the plants that well, so you all have to help me. Do you know what plants these are? And here we are at the end of the trail. This is the recreation center. I usually walk to where the restrooms are, although I do not have to use the restroom right now. I might do a lot better with that situation. Here's a kind of a cool looking tree. I'm not sure if this is a willow or what this one is. Here's another bench. Loving memory of a family member here. Wow, not very old, huh? 1988 to 2005. So this person here, my cousin's last name is Reeves. She was Norwood and now she's married. And it is Reeves. It's kind of a cool looking tree. That's kind of like a bench you can sit on. It's really low. That's the branch you can actually sit on, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to break. Here they have a kind of a unique thing, or somewhat unique to this area. It's a place where you can work on your bicycle. It's got air. We did fill our tires with this one time. I don't know if it's working right now. And it has like a screwdriver and some tools. See the screwdriver hooked on there and a couple of little tools. I'm surprised it hasn't been damaged. It was this bicycle repair station was donated by the Ferguson family, it looks like, and something else. There's a tree. Here is the recreation center. This is open for everyone. This is the area I did have some luck recruiting people to not only go door to door, but to do things like the job I was doing, which is recruiter for the United States Census, Department of Treasury, Department of Commerce. Here it is, the Royal Oaks Park, it's just called, and the city of Doherty. So we're now at the end of the trail for the first time, and we'll turn around. And if you can see up there, if you can see it, behind those palm trees, there's a letter D on the hill for Doherty. And we've got basketball courts here. I'll walk all the way to where I usually go so I can show the park. This is the park, so if you do get to come down here, they have a lot of different things, the Doherty days they have here. I think it's called, we went to a Halloween thing. It was all enclosed in the tennis court area. And you hear somebody playing basketball back there. It's not Michael Jordan, but they're trying. And here we go. The park goes all the way down here to the next street, but this is where you turn around because the trail ends there, and then I guess it starts again. So it starts and stops a number of times. Here is a free little library thing here. I usually don't take anything unless I have something to drop off. I will get a book out of these, and I'll take them on set, because people, if they steal your book, if you don't want it to be a library book, but if it's a library book, you have to pay for it. So if someone was to steal a book from me that I got from here, I guess what I would do is just go to a book sale. They have one at the library all the time, and buy a book to replace the one that got taken. So whatever the last 13 is, they have a lot of these in here. So whoever, James Phelan, I don't know his name, they have a lot of books in there. Let's see, there's 5, 4, 6, not mean all of them, but I guess if you were going to want to read the whole series, you'd have to take the whole series, because people will take them one at a time. So you wouldn't be able to finish the whole series unless they were available at the library. I need this book, Acting in Young Hollywood. Acting in Young Hollywood. But anyway, a lot of books. A lot of times the books will be for that area. So if it's a kids area, it'll be a lot of kids books. I don't know if you guys have one of these in your neighborhood. We have a ton of them on this walk. I think it's the only one on this walk. But on the other walk that I go on, there's 4. So here's some people playing basketball back here. Basketball courts. These are the restrooms. This is the indoor part of the recreation center. It's not open that often. I don't know what it's for, really. It doesn't look big enough. Well, maybe it is big enough to hold classes like, aerobics or that kind of stuff. Here's the playground area out here. But I did have success. I came here for the Martin Luther King Day celebration, and I think I recruited about 16, 17 people that came out. They had like a little parade. They're like high school kids, and they give out free refreshments, and so it's a nice little treat. But this is that area at the end, so we're gonna walk back now. So let's turn around. Let me say hi to everybody again. Okay, as you can see, I don't know if you can see here, but yeah, so a little bit of sweat. Hey, how are you? It's 71 degrees according to the elementary school, and they have really nice lights here too. Turns around. Tennis. These lights are really good. It's like day. So here it goes. Let's go back. So it's 49 minutes, almost 50 minutes of this. So on the way back, I probably won't show too much stuff because you've already seen it, trees and all that. So if you see anything unique, we'll do that. If not, we'll just film it. I'll figure out how many steps I have. Maybe I'll take a screenshot so we know we start at 696, 697, and we will see how far we went. Unless I see anything really cool, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and just film as I walk, because I do need to put in for the other roll. And I see here, I have the phone turned to silent, but I do see that she did write me. Now I'm really wobbly on the phone. Everybody's supposed to stop, but you have to kind of wave at them like they did a really nice thing to not run you over. I'm gonna stop at this bench up here, and I am going to tighten up the thing. You can see it's bouncing now. There's some nice flowers right there. Hi. So let's go back to the bench we just said a second ago. And the next thing we'll see, we're gonna be passing the elementary school on my right, and then we'll get to the, we'll get to the bridge and all that. Okay, I'm gonna leave this thing alone now. Still going. Okay, here's some big, I don't know if I showed this, there's a lot of big boulders out here. So we didn't encounter a whole lot of wildlife, no homeless, unhoused individuals yet. They are out here. I think it's the Foothill Unity Center, which is pretty far from here. They ride their bikes over to the Foothill Unity Center, and I think they have breakfast for them there, or there's some church here that gives breakfast, so I don't know what time they line up for that. I think they give them breakfast and a to-go bagged lunch. Sorry about the jostling. Okay, here we go. And I'm going back. Now we got trees here. Now I can actually walk on this side. I don't have to walk in the dirt because we can see these trees up here. Hi, how are you? So here I can actually walk on the trail again, but it is getting warm. Also, one thing when you walk this early in the morning, guys, when I get home, I'll take the phone off of there and see why it's doing that. It's bouncing again. So I tighten it up, and it just won't stay tight. I don't know why. So there it is. That's about the best I'm gonna get. So let's hold it like this. So we are now on the return. Hey, the lady was wearing an Earthlink shirt. I haven't seen Earthlink in a long time. I remember they'd give you a free computer if you would sign up for Earthlink. And as veterans, I think I got like 6 months free plus a free computer. And then if I wanted to continue with Earthlink, I could. There's a dog. Sometimes you'll see pigs out here. They're not wild pigs, but people will have like potbelly pigs, whatever. And you'll see them behind the thing. I've seen that a couple times. No bunnies today. No, nothing. Maybe there's a lot of people out here right now, so I know that could be the issue. A lot of people. So the animals stay back. Hey, how are you? Some people will say hello to me in different languages a lot of times, so I just kind of usually bob my head and say hi. I don't know. I think the guy was speaking to me in Spanish. One of them was telling me, hi, how are you? Have a nice day. I knew that much. But, and we are having a nice day. Here's some trees. And drop it down to here. Yeah, having a little technical issue. I knew it'd be bobbing around a little bit, but I didn't realize it would loosen itself up. So I'm just gonna have to let it be loose. It's gonna be a little bit of additional jostling. And as you can see, we're coming back here to the school. Yeah, I think that's what's going on because there's no tents out here. Usually you'll see a tent. They usually try to hide them. They would put them back in the bushes, but now they don't have to hide them anymore. Here's some doggies coming at us. Hello. Hi, puppies. Hi. Hi, how are you? There's a German Shepherd. Okay, here's people coming in. When this is open for school, you can't really get through here. Oh, they do have free summer meals here for kids under 18. It says, so this must be a public school. When I was working for the census, school I guess just got out of a couple of schools, and I would be delivering. I mean, going out there and going door to door, and instead of throwing away the food, they'd give me a free lunch. I don't know if they're supposed to. Hopefully, I won't say what city I was in, because when I did the ad can thing, you're supposed to only be in your area. But as they stopped having, people would quit, and I don't know if anybody ever got fired from the census. You can be pretty sketchy and still work for the census. Some people wouldn't even show up to work. They wouldn't even show up to work at all. There's your taxpayer dollars info of the day. Here are the houses in the hills of of Bradbury. So you can see some of the sizes of these houses. Some of these houses, the driveways, hi, how are you? Would be a quarter of a mile to half a mile. Driveways, you have to park on the bottom and walk up. Got a lot of steps. I was getting like 30,000 steps a day sometimes. You hear the birds out there, but these are the big houses. Most of the time they're gated. They would not let you in. They were not counted. Then even in Bradbury, they're having problems with some of the Chinese investment companies. These are huge mansions with quarter mile driveways. They would knock down 2 of them to build another one. So that's how big. There's some of the famous parrots. If you heard of them, I don't think I got there fast enough to film them. But sometimes there'll be an entire tree of those. I've filmed those before. If I see them out there again, I'll do that. We do have a tree. Well, we did have a tree. Not anymore. There's some up there. The trees that we had, one of them had fruit. They like to get the palm trees for the dates. Palm dates, I guess they're called. But they are no longer there. The trees. So we didn't have a palm tree there. But the tree they used to like, they cut down. So the helicopter there. So next time I see one of those huge flock of parrots, I will try to film that for you. It's very, very loud. People complain. I love it. They complain about the peacocks. I love them. And they complain about the parrots. So we have both those things. It's kind of, you live in the city. It's not that common of a thing living in a city to have peacocks and parrots. So I'm gonna try to try this one more time. I'm getting obsessed. Oh, I think I got it. Man, this was on clearance. I think I got it for $1.49. This selfie stick. Is it the best selfie stick in the world? No. Is it a good selfie stick? It holds the camera. So here we go. Back to walking. And someone coming towards us on the trail. I'm holding the camera here kind of so nobody really knows what I'm doing. They don't film me, but they don't care. So here we go. I'm wearing a Rolling Stone shirt. He's wearing a Beatles shirt. And here's another one of these big trees. It's kind of weird. People always talk about coming out to see trees. I never really, I guess, appreciated the trees we had at our complex until they're all gone. So be thankful for what you have, I guess. I think we have 3 or 4 trees left out of, I don't know, 80. And I asked them the other day, what are we going to do about the trees? They said, we don't want the roots, so we probably won't put any more trees. So Royal Oaks, these are beautiful big oak trees now, none. That's probably one of the ladies that used to sell real estate out there. She said one of the biggest things she would say is, look how beautiful the grounds are. So here is another, is that a patch of trees? Here we go. It's got a news flash across my camera. I guess there's my phone. There is a wildfire going on in Mojave. Hopefully they can get a handle on that one. It's really sad because every time there's a fire, you think, well, no homes were lost and nobody died. Well, that's great. But think about all those animals. All those trees are now gone. You know, some old trees. And then in the middle of the desert, it's not, burn out Joshua trees down the yucca, whatever is out there, cactus. But still, it's very sad. There are some trees, of course, in that area. So we can go under a canopy, is that what they call it, of these trees. They said some of the studios didn't cut down the trees, but they pruned those trees that took out the canopies to where there was shade available for the SAG-AFTRA strikers. I guess it was SAG-AFTRA. Could have been the Writers Guild of America, WGA. But I am a member of SAG-AFTRA, so I've not gone to picket. I'm not that exciting. If they can get a big star out there holding a sign, that's a lot better for them. If they asked me to, would I go out there? Yeah, if I could. Now, for health concerns, and last time we went on strike was it 2008. I was really too heavy. I was heavy, and it wasn't really safe for me. I don't know why this thing's doing this, but it wasn't really safe for me to go out there. So I told them. They did ask me. I went one day when it was raining. I can't remember the months that was, but it was raining. and kind of cold, so I had an umbrella, and I did go out and strike, pick it, I guess. More people coming at us. Now you can see there's probably fewer people out here, not less, but fewer. But I don't know. Probably fewer that have to work at a certain time. Maybe they walk before they go to work at 9 or so, whatever that is, or whatever time they have to be in the car. I've noticed that when I film, more people say hello to me than when I don't. I don't know if they think what's going on. It's not like I have a high-tech camera situation here. Very, very blue skies. And back to the trail. Let me turn this. It's like it won't go that last turn. There we go. Okay. It's like in between being tight and being loose is like the final turn. So here we go. There goes somebody on a scooter. See, that's an electric scooter. And you don't have any motorized vehicles out here. But I guess they think they get around it because of the fact it's electric versus gas. You can't smoke 25 feet. There's a little kid on a little regular scooter. See, he's okay. And there's a birdie. But you're not supposed to be on any motorized vehicle smoking 20 feet or 25 feet from the trail, for any portion of the trail. I don't think that's any park. I know that's California, if that's the rule for here. People walking, people on bikes, all that's okay. But the motorized scooters, I've had gas, like motorcycles, small motorcycles, mini bikes coming down here, that none of that is authorized. So you can ride a horse, you can ride a bike, you can ride a scooter, you can walk, you can jog, you can run. But hey, but you're not supposed to ride motorized vehicles, but they do. Luckily, no one's ever, I think, driven a car down here. The police come down here sometimes, the sheriff's department. A lot of times, I think it has to do with the fire stuff. They have removed one unhoused individual. In fact, he lived right there. One really nice guy lived there. He was trying to save money to go somewhere. He never asked me for any money. He did ask me for if I knew that I was hiring, and he did mowing of lawns, that kind of stuff. He didn't own a mower. He used the person's mower, but very cheap, like $5 for the front yard, and if you want your front and back done, $8 or something like that. And he would have a tent. I don't know if I can point to it. Yeah, he had a tent. Where's my hand? There it is. Hey, my hand's gone. But in this area right here, where you see that one tree here, that tree, he had his tent down there. There used to be more brush on there. But, yeah, he lived down here. And he was pretty nice. The people that lived there, they gave him some stuff, like some old clothes, he said. But he was trying to get back. He had a job waiting for him. So I offered to give him some money. He didn't need that much money. But you see, they had a big garden back here. Right there. And I think his name was Charles. And he camped like right here is where he has his tent. But there's more brush out here, so you couldn't really see him. And he had a bucket for potty, which is good. He hauled it out, which is gross, but at least he didn't leave it there. But he was an unhoused individual who lived there, and he was there for, I think I talked to him about 2 or 3 years, and then he finally got enough money to go back to where his other job was. He had a bank account and everything, and I know he said I saw him a couple times at the YMCA, which is about, from the end of this trail where I'm going to turn this off, probably about a mile from there. So probably altogether, he's walking straight from where he was to there, maybe about 3 miles. Here's a pretty dog coming our way. There he is. So, hi puppy. Wow, looks like a snow dog, like a big Jindu or something, like Korean dog. I don't know. When their tails curl up, tails curl up, they say it's either because, like, Chihuahua's tails go up because of the heat, and snow dogs go up because over time they develop that where the tail would hit the snow and make them eventually evolve into that. So here we go. We're walking. We're at 1 hour and 4 minutes. So hopefully people love trails because there's a palm tree and there's a lot of palm trees up on the hill. Now, are the palm trees native to here? That I don't know. So these big houses. So you know, you can always kind of tell where a house is landscaped. Like if you fly in a plane or a helicopter over the desert, you'll see nothing but brown, and you'll see a big spot of green. It's either like a golf course or a very large house. You'll see the green from the grass there, and of course you always see pools and all that kind of stuff. Blue pools. There's a rabbit. I don't know if you can get him. The kid's trying to walk up to it. He'll never let him walk up. Oh, let's see, throw a rock at it. Hey, don't throw rocks at the rabbit. Don't do that. Sometimes you gotta tell these little punks what to do. Probably their parents do not. If he did it again, I'd take his bike right there and throw it in the wash right there. Because that's what little punks get. If I was a kid, I did that. I guarantee you, I'd be getting a whooping right now. He knows. He was told. Because it is our responsibility to tell people if they're little dumbasses like that. You gotta tell them not to do it. Yeah, I would definitely take his bike from him because he doesn't deserve a bike. You throw rocks at wild rabbits, you don't deserve a bicycle. And I would take it. I would tell his parents, but they don't care. Most likely they don't care. I would have definitely got him beaten for that. Some of the stuff that these kids get by with now, I would not be alive today if I did some of this stuff. Using the F word at my mom and that kind of stuff. But anyway, I saw a little rabbit. I was going to film it, and that little punk, make sure he doesn't do it again. He's standing there with his little arms crossed, thinking he's slick. But I'll turn around and walk right at him, and it scares the you-know-what out of them, and they'll run. He knows he didn't say anything like, I could throw a rock if I want to, because you know he cannot. So his chance of hitting that rabbit is very slim, but his throwing a rock at a rabbit is not allowed on this trail, because if I see you throwing a rock at it, I don't care how big you are, I'm gonna tell you, hey man, don't throw a rock at that rabbit. So I'll make sure he's gone. Yeah, there's lots of rabbits out here. I can't watch them all, but I can see him do that. Hi guys. Two people just walked past me still wearing a mask. It's kind of weird because this is what I tell you about the trail. I'd be on this side of the trail right here. See the little yellow line in front of me? I don't know if you can see it. The yellow line right there. I'd be on in this case, I'd be at the left-hand side of the trail. On this, and then here you got all this. So if I'm all the way to the edge there, and all the edge here, that's 6 feet. But I'd be walking here, and they'd be walking against that fence line. They see me, and they'd run over there real quick. You know, so here's cactus. Different kinds of cactus down here. And that. And here we go. Yeah, if I threw a rock at a rabbit, and my parents, my mom both, they didn't see me throw the rock at the rabbit, and someone said, hey, David just threw a rock at the rabbit, I don't know what would have happened to me. I didn't have a PlayStation or Xbox or any of that kind of stuff that could be maybe donated to the Salvation Army, but I would probably get a beat down. And probably we didn't have things like timeout back then. Like timeout would be the time you were unconscious for something like that. But no, I would be in a whole lot of trouble. Lots and lots of trouble. Here's some really big houses up here. See them, how beautiful it is with the blue skies, and they can see over all this area. Big house that's in the hills of Bradbury and northern Doherty. So it's weird because it actually doesn't feel that hot right now. I didn't check the temperature when I walked by again. Probably, I'd say about 75 degrees. Just right here, maybe an unhoused individual. I will say hello. A lot of times they think you don't like them or something. One guy has a podcast out here. That might be him. I can't remember. How you doing? Yeah, I think that might be the guy who has a podcast. I was talking to him. He is kind of a conspiracy theorist. That's the same guy. He sets up at the where the bridge is. And he interviewed me one time. I was out here filming and walking, And he asked what I was doing, and I told him I lost a lot of weight, and he's interested. He's very, very slender. He drives a bike with a cart on the back of it. And I think he had a dog. I can't remember. One of them had a dog. Maybe he doesn't have his dog anymore. It's always kind of sad. He carries his bike receipt. He bought it from Walmart here in Doherty, California. And he says the reason he does that is he knows some of these guys out here at their encampments. They'll have 40 stolen bikes per person, 30 stolen bikes. And what they do is they strip them down, sell the bike parts. They used to use Craigslist, now part of Facebook Marketplace. They'll sell the whole bike. Sometimes you'll go by and you'll see a frame that's hooked to a wall and no tires on it, no wheels. They'll sell that. If they can't sell it, then they'll deflate the tires, and if the rims are aluminum, they'll recycle them. He said, but most of the time now they don't have to do that because people are very generous with giving them free stuff. So he was joking with me, if that's the same guy, you give them $10, $15, and then when you're not looking, they come by and break in your garage and steal your bike. He knows one guy would steal bikes and aluminum ladders for a recycle. But he said right now you don't really, if people give you money, they'll always give you food, they'll always give you housing. A lot of times they want to give you like gift cards to McDonald's or whatever. They don't want to give you cash. They think you'll spend it on drugs. And he said what they do, of course, is they'll sell the gift cards. I had one unhoused individual with a stack, I think about 30 cards. And he wanted to sell it to me for $25. I didn't have any money on me. I'd have to, what I'd do is I'd grab like the first one, the middle one, and make sure they were still good. And then maybe buy a phone, but I only had like $15. He probably would have sold it for $15 because you can always get more. That was around Christmas time. So that was at Lake Avenue, or Lake Street, I'm sorry, Lake Street and the freeway. So that they would be selling the cards. I think they get them from the Lake Avenue Church, which is right there in the corner. That used to be Lake Avenue Congregational in Pasadena. It's a pretty house. You got a big tree there. And but anyway, they would take the cards and try to sell them. So it'd be like a $25 gift card to Target, $50 gift card to Walmart, $10 gift card to McDonald's, a Starbucks card, that kind of thing. Just a ton of cards. This had to be about, I would say it's about 3 inches thick of cards. He was trying to sell it to me for like $30, $25. I had 15. I would have to park my car, get on my car, check it, make sure they're legit. I mean, I guess if you were gonna do a scam, you would say, here, check it, and hand one of them to the person, and they check, oh wow, they must all be good. But yeah, you really can't trust people that are doing that. But I did not buy those cards from him. But he said, be careful with your bikes. If you're anywhere here, here's an really old pipe here. You see, it's made of like cast iron or something, or tin. But it goes underneath here. I'm sure it doesn't do anything now, but you do find some old remnants. I found we hid a pumpkin out here for the animals. We put a pumpkin and we stabbed it with a knife and filled it with peanut butter in the different spots so the animals could have it. And when we were up there, we found some, really old bottles, 1800s or whatever. So you always find like an old Coke bottle from the 60s. If you go through, you gotta be careful about poison ivy, poison oak. But we did find some of the old, like liquor bottles, old medicine bottles or whatever from, how are you? From a time long gone by, the big heavy bottles. You can sell those, but we never do. Just kind of keep them, put them in the garage. It's kind of cool to look at. And when you clean them up, you can see what they are. A lot of times they'll be like etched in the glass, not etched in the glass, but raised glass or whatever, and you can read what it is. I'll say something like Phoenix Pharmacy Company 1842 or something like that. You think, well, how did that get way out here? Maybe someone brought it when they came out here, or maybe that was a company that was, although it said Phoenix, was it nationwide? Is it not Phoenix, Arizona? It's like raising from the from the ashes or whatever. Phoenix, I don't know, a bird. But yeah, so it's kind of cool. Lots of trees again. It's not hot right now. I mean, it's warm. We saw that lady walking by. She was wet, perspiring. It was a horses sweat, men perspire. Women don't do either one. I don't know what it was. Women glow. Oh, that's right, glow. That's right. Horses sweat, men perspire. Women glow, I guess. And here it is. More trees, beautiful blue skies. We're almost to the bridge, and then it'll be from the bridge. I'll just turn it off at the end of the trail, which is not too far out of the bridge. When you walk this trail there and back, and you get to the bridge, you think, wow, I hit a milestone. I'm at the bridge. It's pretty far. But then you walk all the way down to the end and all the way back, and you come to the bridge, you're like, oh, that's not even far at all. So here is the bridge. If I can get it. Bridge. They did have some gang members that were doing some robberies down here, and I think that was kind of their headquarters was down here around the bridge where some of these were happening. I don't know if it's really super dark here, extra dark here for a mugging. I have encountered them before. They paint over a lot of the graffiti that was down here. So they might have just been down here tagging, I don't know. But the bridge is this kind of bridge. Pretty old. It's now a footbridge. I think it used to be when we would drive over. But I think it's a footbridge up there now. I don't usually walk up there because I walk the trail. But this is where the guy would have his podcast. You can see the bench with the boulders, small boulders here. Are those boulders? They're pretty big. But anyway, he would sit up here and do his podcast, and he may still do it. So if you check, look how big that tree is. So if you are into podcasts, I don't know what it's called. I think he probably told me. I don't really bring things to write with. The old retaining walls here, and there are a few grave markers here. I don't know if they're for animals or for people, but I found a few when I was. Well, I don't really go through these bushes. As a kid, we'd run through here, play hide and seek or whatever, and, but I did find a few grave markers. Some of the ages were pretty young, so I'm thinking dog. Maybe someone always walks their dog out here. Maybe the memorial markers and not actually a grave marker or pretty trees. I don't really know. I guess nowadays you can research all that kind of stuff online, but I did not. So when I get back to the end of the trail, I'll stop for a second, see how far this walk was. Not done yet. So I'm doing this right now, holding the camera in my left hand, so I can't really swing my arms. So someone's asked me about how I exercise. Well, this is a good example. There's a bike. You're supposed to yell, on your left, but some people do not. That seems to be the protocol for biking on here. I think, they usually go the opposite lane if they can, and he could, so I guess he knew I wasn't going to step out and get hit by a bike. But another walking thing I do, a lot of people are asking about this, I do go to the pool. Do I swim? Not too much. What I like to do is swimming is a great exercise. The only problem is your body doesn't heat up. I guess your muscles don't heat up as much because you're in the water. So what I do is I go into the pool. I get pool walking shoes. They call them pool shoes, whatever you can wear them. But swimming shoes, whatever. I get those. Here's a marker. This is what it says. It might be a mile marker. Oh, okay. Let's talk about what kind of tree this is. And there it is. It is, common name is a Bradford pear tree. And that's this tree here. I don't see any pears on it. I see little teeny, these little guys. I don't know if people eat those when they get bigger. I don't know. Those are really, really tiny. This camera's really close. So anyway, there is one marker there. That's when they turn red. I can't find them. I ran. Oh, if he'll eat these. It didn't say, but it's like probably the only one of these I've seen down here. So maybe the rest of the trees are pretty obvious what they are. I don't know. But anyway, when I walked in the pool, I started that because, here's another one. I said it. There's no tree next to it, so I want to film it. Those are just tree markers. If there's another one that's near a tree, maybe I'll go climb up there and film it. But when I would be in the pool, I'd be by myself. There's no lifeguard or anything like that. I go out in the morning, there'll be nobody. We have this really big pool, and unless it's summer and super hot, nobody goes in the pool. It used to be heated all year long. I don't know if it is anymore. We did go in there the other day, we swam. But right now, it doesn't need to be heated. So it used to be, I think they'd heat it from, I don't know, like October to whatever, maybe late spring. But I don't know if it's heated anymore at those times, because I'm not a really big fan of getting a sunburn, and it's hard to maintain sunscreen when you're in the water. So what I would do, I'd put on my pool walking shoes, my water shoes, what are they called? They slip on, they're kind of ugly. Maybe I'll film it later. But I put those on, I go into the pool, and I'd be in the depth to where it's across like my shoulder blades, about that deep, so just like my head is out, maybe a little bit of my shoulders. And I put my hands at my side. And if you're wearing those shoes, I would just start walking. And I walk the width of the pool, there and back. That's one. I go one, it'd be like there, back one, there, back two, there, back three. And I do that. I wouldn't walk to the length of the pool because it gets too deep and too shallow, because I want to be right across my shoulder so I get the water resistance. And I would walk to, I do that, and I would do like 30 of those. So there and back, there and back, there and back, there and back. So the width of the pool, 6 times 60 or whatever. And if you put your hands by your side, so you don't get any of that help from that, you get 100% of that resistance to your body. And I would walk. So up there with the dog. I would walk, and then I was able to jog. Then I was able to run, and I would run that. Sometimes I couldn't do all. There's more of those berries. Sometimes I couldn't do all there and back times 30 running, but I could maybe run 12 times. There and back, there and back, there and back 12 times. Jog it another maybe 8, and then walk it when I get tired the other 10. And then at the end, I was able to do it. I could run there and back, there and back, there and back. And boy, because that's not much of not much of a workout. Yeah, go try it. Using your body as your weights and doing that. There's people in front of us in the trail. You see how it's kind of cleared out. Not very much here, and way back there, see nobody. So it must be the kind of situation where people walk before work. That's good. You gotta walk when it's cool, and walk when you can, schedule-wise. But I would do that, and people say, "Oh, that's not that hard." And I said, "Come try it." And I've had a couple people that try it with me, and these people are in great shape. They go to the gym, or they go to the Y, whatever, and I would be able to finish it, and they couldn't finish it. So what I would do, if you want to try it, make sure you do, of course, get talk to your medical team, your doctor, or trainers, or whatever it is that helps you with your workouts, and ask them if that's okay. So I would go, my head was never underwater. Sometimes I dip my head, it was a warmer day, I'd kind of dip my head under. But what I would do, hands on my side, I do have one pair of swim trunks that have pockets, so I can put one in each hand, one hand in each pocket. I got my hands in my pocket, and my pockets in my pants, with all the little babies do the hoochie coochie dance, or it is it bunnies or baby? I can't remember, but it's a song for little kids. Here's another one of those pipes that was put here. That one is a little more modern, looks like. Looks like it has a hole in it. But we do have some of this kind of stuff, some old drainage pipes or whatever. Almost to the end. But I put my hands in my pockets, and you lean forward, and you just run. Because if you don't have sunshine, if you don't have the swimming shoes on, your feet will slip up and run to you. So you can walk, no problem, but if you try to run, you'll fall down. So that's why I would do that. I wouldn't. There's no problem if I fall down. I'm in the water, It slows me down. That makes me have to just walk versus run. So if my goal is to run, then I want to do that. Okay, we're coming to the end pretty quick. We're at 1 hour and 24 minutes. As you can see, the beginning of the walk takes longer. We did make some stops on the beginning part of the walk to show things. Really blue sky. The clouds seem to be gone. We'll see if we're getting rain. Rain would be nice. I know some fires they were saying. I haven't really researched where the fires are. It's like it says either the Mojave or the Joshua Tree. Hi, okay. So, but anyway, on the running thing, if you can run, boy, it really burns. You'll feel it like you were not. No matter what time you've done it, when you finish, you always feel it burning in the back of your legs, on your trunk, like around your waist, some around the chest, because you're not using your upper body. You're pushing your upper body. So I came up with that as my own kind of a thing. I'm sure that people do it as well. I know they do now because I've taught them to do it. But I don't use my arms. If I want a full body workout, then after I do that, my running in the pool, you could run in place. Now, you'll still slip if you don't have swim shoes on. You'll still slip. But what I could do, here's more those palm trees again. This is where a lot of rats live up in these, and the parrots love to go up in there. I guess they eat those palm dates. Big trees here, almost to my car. But we'll go to the end of the trail. My car's parked a little bit in that big red pretty tree. But if I can run it and then I want to work my arms, then I can just kind of sit with my back against the pool edge and just kind of use my arms as if I'm swimming but not moving. So it just isolates my arms. But I never had a real problem with being strong. I was always strong. Fat, yes. Strong, always. Because, man, you got big legs, I did get sick, and I think it's called muscle loss due to wasting weight, muscle loss due to wasting weight. But I had the biggest legs in the gym, and I never worked my legs. I just got it from being in the military and walking in the pea gravel and carrying heavy stuff while walking in the pea gravel and dirt and all that. So, some pretty dogs in front of us. I think he's got two. Either he has two or he has two. He's got one of those leashes that splits. Cute, huh? Are they Poms? I was like, maybe they're a Pom Pekingese mix or something. Those dogs are rascals. But here we are, coming to the end. Almost to the end. We're at 1 hour and 27 minutes and 41 seconds. So maybe about an hour and a half by the time we end. And looks like they're having a drink. As soon as they check their pee mail there. See, there it is. It is working. Hi, how are you? Hi. Pretty dogs. Thank you. I think they just started their walk, so they're hydrating up. There's that one, the one over by where we fix the bikes, and then you get water again at the end of the pool. So I think it's about, if you started his trail, about, I don't know, half a mile in to the bridge, maybe a little over a quarter mile, maybe, with water there. Then you walk some more, maybe about a mile from there to the bicycle repair area, about a mile there. There's one other one, and then at the pool. But look at the size of this tree. It's really pretty. We're at the end of the trail now. See, real big, huge tree. Not only is it tall, it's super wide. Beautiful tree. So I appreciate these trees a lot more now that we've lost ours. And I'll go ahead and film here at the end to prove that we made it all the way. when you do these kind of walks and stuff, you really have to only prove it to yourself. A lot of people say, well, how do we know that you went and did this? How do we know you eat this? It's my battle, it's my struggle, it's my journey. So it'd be the same thing for you. It'll be your struggle, your journey, your battle, whatever it is, your health concerns that you're trying to accomplish. That's why I don't weigh myself very often. I can tell if I put on weight, and I can tell right now I did put on a little bit of weight. A lot of it had to do with all that weather, because my exercise was predominantly outdoors, walking like I'm doing right now. So yes, I know I did put on some weight. I will take a screenshot of my Fitbit. I know I started our start. So let's see what we got here. And here we are, back at the beginning. So everybody have a great day. I will see if if my manager can get this out today. 1 hour, 29 minutes. I said it'd be an hour and a half. 1 hour, 29 minutes and 54 seconds. Let's let it go to, there we go. 1 second. Okay, 1.5 hours. Okay, everybody have a great day.